Not one, not two, but three very sinister events. This morning, President Trump is demanding an investigation into what he calls triple sabotage at the United Nations. The sinister events he is referencing are an escalator that briefly stopped working, a faulty teleprompter, man, do I know that type of evil, and some audio issues during his speech. The president's press secretary told Fox News the technical mishaps, quote, do not look like a coincidence. Here now, Democratic strategist Julie Brzezinski and CNN senior political commentator, Republican strategist David Urban. My question is this. There's a war in Ukraine. There are hostages in Gaza. I mean, how many resources should be devoted to teleprompter-gate?
All of them, because there's nothing else in Donald Trump's orbit other than the grievance towards Donald Trump. I mean, that's the fundamental problem with this president, is that he actually thinks it's all about him. Look, he might be right that these are kind of coincidental, a little too coincidental, but so what? So what? You go to Washington, the escalator doesn't work, you walk up a few flights of stairs. It's not a big deal. You go and the teleprompter fails, we've all been there. And by the way, this is the president who made fun of Barack Obama, as you recall, for using a prompter and said he'd never use a prompter. I'm old enough to remember that. And so look, as you point out, there are serious issues going on that require the president's attention, and yet it's constantly about him and the grievance towards him and the grievance towards his base. And the truth of the matter is, the rest of us don't have time for that. There are real issues going on in the world. Let's focus on those and not about what Donald Trump thinks is agreement towards him.
And David, one defense I have not heard yet this morning, maybe I will find out a little more, is sometimes you get allies of the president say, oh, he's just trolling the media, he's just trolling this. I don't think that they're saying that this time. This seems somewhat serious. So how high does this rank on the level of concern for you this morning, David? How much sleep did you lose?
John, not a lot. I will say this, however, I do believe that it was, as Julie points out, just a little too coincidental that the escalator's working, and then as soon as Melania, the First Lady, puts a foot on the escalator, it automatically stops. I mean, there are no ghosts in the machine that do, that shut down things that well. And then you go to the teleprompter. Look, I think someone was trying to get in his head, screw with the guy while there at the United Nations General Assembly. And I think, look, is it the biggest thing in the world? No, but should someone at the UN probably lose their job from trying to sabotage the President of the United States? I think so. And whether or not it's appropriate for the President of the United States to be, kind of weighing in on this and grinding down on it, or somebody else on the staff, I think someone should be fired there for doing that to the President. If they did it to any other head of state, they'd be called to task for it. And I think similarly, they should be called to task for this.
On the subject of the president weighing in on things, let's talk, David, about James Comey, former FBI director, who, by all accounts, the U.S. attorney in Virginia may try to indict as soon as today. What are your feelings about this? Not so much